What is up, you guys? Pongroomproductions coming back at you with another movie review. It's been a while. We are back at it, and it feels good to be back, but life happens. It's been a solid month of no movie reviews, but we just saw Dune 2, and we're going to talk about it. Mike, I'm going to let you go off while I get these volumes right.
Okay. Should I give a number right off the bat?
Go for it.
I'm going with a 7.
A 7.
A 7. And let me
Okay.
expound a little bit on that. Do you want me to expand?
Go
on that?
ahead, go ahead.
So basically, I'll start with the positives. Beautiful looking movie, the direction, all of that stuff. The actors are amazing, costumes, special effects, all really great. You know, top tier. The story is very interesting. There was a lot of moving parts for me. I was and this is spoilers and all of that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some spoilers.
The whole Messiah prophet thing was really just awesome how they did it.
Yeah.
With Paul Atreides,
Atreides, I believe.
Yeah, that's the thing. The names we're gonna have a hard time with. Like,
Yeah,
it's
there
like-
were some accents.
Yeah, there's
and,
accents, and
there's some-
sometimes it was some butchered. It was hard to hear what they said.
Yeah.
So all of that being said, my only gripes about the whole Dune, and this goes for Dune, the first Dune movie, and this one too, I like Timothée Chalamet. I love him. I think he's a great actor.
You think he's
It's a little unbelievable for him to be this warrior when he's like 100 pounds.
Okay.
Scrawny, stick thin little guy.
Yeah.
You know, not that I'm looking for a beefy, huge. That's not. But I mean, it's not believable that he's able to do the sword fight and the knife fights and all that. That's a little gripe. Zendaya too, and I hope
I believe it's Zendaya.
I think it's Zendaya, but I'm sorry. I apologize for that one. I'm not sure what
I think she did good in this movie.
She's a great actress. I really love her in the Spider-Man movies. She's a great actress. She's also a little unbelievable as a warrior because she's like 90 pounds.
Yeah.
She's a scrawny little thing too.
Let me dive in onto your point. There's a part towards the end of the movie, which, by the way, the movie is roughly 2.5, 3 hours long.
It's like 2:45.
It's pretty solid, but I'm just going to say this movie kind of needs that length.
Sure.
So this is one of those movies that, it's justifiable because of the story and the build-up.
Quick question:
Go ahead.
it feel long? Did it feel like
No,
2.5,
not
3
to
hours?
me. Not to me.
I mean, it moves. It moves well.
It moves well.
It's a long movie though.
It is
It's
a
not
long
like you're
movie.
thinking like that was fast. I
Yeah,
mean, you know.
yeah. You're not like, whoa, it's over already. You're like, okay, that's about 3 hours.
That's about 3
That's
hours.
about 3 hours.
Right.
But yeah, I get your point. Zendaya, I'm gonna say Zendaya. You can say Zendaya or however.
Right. Tomato, yeah.
When she was taking out like 5, 6 guys on the battlefield with a knife, it's like you.
Also, she looks like she's 10 years old.
I mean,
Very young looking.
she's
It's a little weird.
she's got a young face. But yeah, like when I've never stabbed anybody, but if you like thrust a sword through someone's chest, like there's bone. You need a. And by the way, they're all wearing armor from.
It's just not believable.
They're wearing armor from the year 10,000 or whatever year they're supposed to be in.
Right.
Like, and they're using swords. They had guns. You know, they had some
that
cool,
never makes sense. It looks cool, the sword
looks
fights, but it
cool.
doesn't tactically make it. It's like, don't you guys have guns? And you have atomic weapons, but you don't have guns?
There should have been like, I can understand if they had to pull the knife out because they ran out of ammo. Like the first movie had a lot of that. There were weapons.
Yeah, there should be some kind of plot thing where it's like, oh, we can't use guns because of the air or something.
Well, in the beginning, they had to, in the first movie, they had to be silent. They had like a silent attack going down. It was like an ambush. They were getting
in other words, this is a minor gripe.
Yeah. You should have had some more weaponry in there. And,
Okay.
And for the weapons that they had, they were pretty neat.
It was pretty cool.
Them. Pretty cool.
It was neat.
Pretty cool futuristic weapons.
What do you think about the special effects? They were pretty convincing.
I really liked them. But
I was very convinced.
So you give it a 7.
Giving it a 7.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I hear you.
7.5.
I can get on board with that too, but I'm going to stick with 7.
I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. I guess I liked the ending. I kind of wanted a bit more
closure.
Nah,
I hate that word.
I just the way she was all upset with the spoilers.
Spoilers coming at ya.
Spoilers. There's going to be a treaty coming along, like an alliance between bloodlines and royal families.
Royal shit.
Royal. Yeah. And it's just like, did he really have to do that? Did he really have to?
I mean, it's like royalty things. Here's another little gripe.
Go ahead.
And it's not such a minor thing. Do you believe the romance between Timothy Chalamet, Paul Atreides, and Zendaya? Do they had? I don't really feel the chemistry.
First
between
of all,
the two
she's
of them.
with my boy Tom Holland. Spider-Man.
Yeah, they are
so,
now. They
are
have
legit.
chemistry.
Yeah,
they
but
have on-screen and off-screen
But
chemistry.
they can't have They can't have Tom Holland do everything.
Well, no, I'm not saying he wouldn't be right for the role. No, Timothy Chalamet's got a great face. He's a great actor, great face. It's just his body is so scrawny.
Yeah, he's
it's
a little
unbelievable.
guy. He's a kid, basically,
and he fights
too.
Austin Butler, who's a big
pretty
guy.
beefy.
Yeah,
he's
big
pretty
guy.
beefy. Yeah,
a little hard to believe. Yeah,
especially because when so there's a scene where Austin Butler is just like testing his knives before like this gladiator scene, and he's just slicing his.
No, he just kills everybody.
Yeah,
his
like,
servants.
His servants, like,
and they're like into it too.
Yeah, because they're like eating each other. They're cannibals too. So that's the thing. So like,
is that what was happening? I was trying not to. Oh yeah, you're right. That was what was happening.
So like once he kills someone, basically they're hungry. They get to eat. It's
freaking disgusting.
It's super gross.
Yeah,
but
the Harkin, right?
Yeah.
Harkonnen.
He's not a gigantic guy, but he did definitely do some working out for this because he was like, all right, I'm having my shirt off a lot. He looked pretty solid. You know what I mean?
It's just again, it's not that you need a big solid guy,
right?
Just somewhere in the vicinity of average would be believable.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is
not going to be
98-pound looking guy.
Yeah, not going to be strong enough.
Great face. He's very expressive. Great actor. Love him. But man, they should have told him, like, dude, can you hit the gym, gain 20 pounds?
Something.
So we can have a little bit of realism to this.
Yeah, he was probably shooting Wonka
and even Zendaya should have probably gained like some muscle or something.
Yeah.
And you may age her face up a little.
If they could have maybe took her out of the warrior role and like made
beef her up and make her look older and grizzled more.
Or
don't know.
maybe have her have some weapons instead of some one-on-one combat. You know what I mean? I'd have been like, listen, I get it, you guys have swords and knives, but like let's give like when she had there's a big scene where she's got like a rocket launcher.
Right. That was cool.
That was believable.
Yeah,
you got a rocket launcher. But when you're doing a knife fight with dudes that are like 6 foot, like it was basically like old school gladiator one side versus another, and they all meet in the middle bum rush.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not going to be doing damage on the front lines with her.
It's just
I get you. But if maybe she was in a helicopter with a minigun, that'd be different. You know what I mean?
And it's like I can suspend disbelief, but only to some point you got to be like, come on, man. Let's get a little more, realism going on there. But again, I really like Zendaya as an actress. I think she's fantastic.
I want to give her some props really fast. We're rolling up on 7 minutes. This is probably going to be 15 minutes.
That's fine.
But just to get my point across, she does a very good job at expressing her emotions without saying her lines. You can read her face.
Show don't tell.
And it's show don't tell. You can understand what the character's feeling with just her, like her eyes and her eyebrows and her like the way she tightens her jaw.
She's a great actress. She's a great actress.
She's got that. She can portray her emotions, through the screen without even saying words.
Timothy Chalamet has a really expressive, great actor's face too.
Yeah. But let's talk about the actual plot that has to relate to Dune. Now that we've gotten across, now that we've talked about the actors and the actresses and the scale and
real quick, the mother, the mother.
I never liked her.
You never liked her. I think
her.
I really like her as an actress.
I never liked her.
Gosh, I'm blanking on her name. She's a British actress.
Yeah. So, but like for her to be in like that nefarious role of like I have to manipulate my way because there's going to be a war. I have to make sure I'm with a big family to
Rebecca Ferguson.
Maybe
I don't think that may be her name.
But like to ensure her survival, she was very forward thinking. I want to rewatch the first one just to kind of get the whole aspect to there's a witch thing with like foreseeing the future.
Yeah,
they have like these.
They're like with all the houses.
They're like
witches.
They're like these philosophers or like these crazy witches. They're witches.
They're witches.
But like then for some reason they can see the future and they can telepathically communicate kind of.
The voice.
Yeah,
I love the voice.
That's like they can command someone to do something.
It's really
and
cool.
And
it was in the first film.
And if you've ever played there's a video game. It's not coming to mind, but it's like old school medieval dragons and everything.
Yeah.
And basically, the character gets this power, like he does all of his powers through his voice sometimes, but like not like a command, but like
Skyrim.
That's it, Skyrim. They kind of take that power. There's a power in there that you can use with your voice to like propel people and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
They took that idea from Skyrim.
We should read the books or something.
Nah.
I'm not gonna do that. They're probably like it's probably like 10 books.
I'd rather watch the movie.
I'll just watch the movie. Yeah.
But all right, let's talk about the philosophy. This movie is basically copy and paste, pretty much like the prophecy of the Bible into
prophecy.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go. So it's basically copy paste. Take the all the things in the Bible and the whole philosophy and prophecy of that, turn it into a space war 10,000 years from now.
Sure.
It's supposed to be 10,000 years
It's
in
like
the future.
royalty plus prophet, religious stuff, plus medieval royalty, space science fiction equals Dune.
Dune. And
it's great. It's fun. It's great.
I think if you're not a religious person and you have no understanding of any of that stuff, you're going to not maybe understand this movie as deeply.
You think?
I do.
Maybe.
I do think so. If you're just walking into this movie blind, you're gonna go, "Ooh, it's a war movie in the future," but you're not gonna be like, "What is?" Because there's so many nods to this and that and that and this, but you got to kind of have some information of what they're alluding to.
I think it's pretty. I think they help you along with the narrative. There's a supernatural element there. Once he drinks the worm's juice or whatever, and he
can tell that was basically the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, you know, and also his mother, the witch, taught him a lot of this. Like she taught him the voice and all this stuff.
And like they used to do like poison to like be immune to poison. That was like what they would microdose on poison back in the day. So like she tried to have like a logical explanation for it. You know what I mean? But
then it does become supernatural.
But then it does become a little bit like, well, this would have probably killed anybody. But
not just that, but like he can see future. And like he has visions. And they turn out to be real. You know,
and also like dreams, kind of. They take that idea because he dreamt a lot, and before it was dreams, and then he drank it, the blue juice, and then it was visions. But like he was having them throughout. You know what I mean?
More props to Timothy Chalamet. He really was able to project his voice and was like, it was really. Maybe they had some digital or audio stuff, but still, it was really. He's a great actor. He's a great actor. Just gain 20-some pounds of muscle. Man. You just hit the gym, drink those weight gainer things.
See, that's one thing. Like in the first movie, we understand he's a younger character. He's like the prince. You know what I mean? He's getting trained. He's got these beefy dudes. Who's the guy who plays Thanos in this? I know. Come on,
James Brolin? No.
Brolin something.
Is it James Brolin?
I don't think it's James Brolin.
It's not James Brolin. It's his dad.
You have to know this.
Oh my God, how do I not? It's Brolin. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. So he's training them, and then
I thought he died in the first one, but I guess he made it.
Well, the one guy who died was Aquaman.
Aquaman died.
What is his name? His real name?
Momoa.
Jason Momoa. So Jason Momoa, who's a big dude, was training him, and then also Josh Brolin was training him. So they're two beefy dudes, and even they were getting beat up during wartime. You know what I mean?
I can believe he has lots of skills and he's like almost supernatural with his ability, but still, come on, just a little bit of realism.
Full spoiler alert: at the end, when there's the one-on-one knife fight, which I enjoyed. You know what I mean?
It was cool.
They hyped it up, and it wasn't a very quick knife fight. It was a long knife fight. But when he grabbed the knife, first of all, every knife fight reminds me of Gladiator, no matter what. No matter what happens.
It was a little hard to see with the lighting, but okay. He grabs the knife.
Right then, when he was like, if it came down to a close who's stronger, you know what I mean? Like one of those struggles.
He slices it through his hand.
Yeah, I was like, that guy's going to totally stab that straight through your throat.
I didn't really see how it happened. Then he stabbed him, but it didn't really show it. It's just all of a sudden.
So basically, the knife that he had, he took it out, and
so while he was distracted
while it
was,
he's he wanted the one guy wanted the very glorious dramatic kill of a slow death in front of his girlfriend, and then while he was boasting into that moment, gotcha. You forgot I had another knife in me.
You forgot the knife in me.
Yeah, you forgot I had more than there was two knives in this fight, not just one.
Right.
But that's cool.
Let's talk about the choice of the emperor, the casting choice, Christopher Walken. I tell you what,
Weak casting.
Christopher Walken turned down the Christopher Walken-ness a lot. Like, it wasn't like him going like, I'm, the emperor. He was not to do a terrible impression, but
that was a good impression.
He brought it way, like the director must have said to him, like, look, I'm casting you as the emperor, but you are going to turn the volume down on the Christopher Walken stuff,
And he only had like 5 lines.
But still, he's too iconic to be cast in that. It's like Christopher Walken. They should have got somebody else, a different character actor, or just a nobody.
That's where I take away one of my points.
That was a demerit. Yeah,
I would take away a point for. By the way, I love Christopher Walken.
I think he's great too, but he's too much Christopher Walken.
But they could have gotten somebody better.
It could have been anybody.
Someone more menacing as the emperor. You know what I mean? Someone that looked like they could probably kill you in a one-on-one fight, even though they're 800 years old.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
right.
The daughter. Do you like the introduction of the
Florence Pugh?
Yeah,
is her name? Yeah, that's right.
So new actress. She's on.
She's been in a lot of movies now.
Yeah, but she's now she's casted in the Dune, so she's going to play a big part in the third one.
Sure.
Do you like because she clearly doesn't like the fact that her father tried a gigantic coup of like an assassination attempt.
I guess her character is complicated that way.
She's basically like she's
not pure evil.
She kind of got a glimpse of the true like happenings of why there's a war breaking out, and then she's kind of like, well, wait a minute. He was told to do this and that, and it was basically whatever their witch was commanding it. But let's talk about the interesting fact that they were like, well, we've controlled them for 90 generations, and we have influence in all the major.
The witches run everything. They run the show.
They were just like the people in the background pulling the strings. The marriages, the bloodlines, and even when they were like, we don't even have to. It doesn't matter who the emperor is. We can get all the other prospects. Yeah, basically, like even the next person, we can just totally control and manipulate. But yeah, I wish I can. I'm gonna watch the first one again and go.
What do
back.
you think? Are you missing something?
There's something. Well, I would like to watch the first one now, knowing what happens in the second one.
Yeah, I feel
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the chemistry thing, I don't think they had too much chemistry. But,
I don't think they had chemistry.
But
I didn't find it believable.
I could buy it.
You could buy it.
I could buy it.
I was like, this is not Romeo and Juliet. It should be like, they should be like, whoa, they make sense together. It's not Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Spider-Man. They make sense.
They do. But
These
that's what we're comparing it to. We're comparing it to something
that really was awesome.
We're comparing it to legitimate, like it's real.
They have real, they're really together.
They've been dating for years, and then they filmed it in Spider-Man.
I know.
And then it was like, can it get any better than that?
I know, they're so cute.
But now it's like, all right, now you got to get this other dude, and then it's like that's not
Timothy,
not
it just don't work. It just didn't work between them, man. It didn't work for me. Not that that's like the end all be all of the film, but it is. But the love story is pretty central to the movie.
It's solid. I can buy it though.
Okay.
What do you think Dune 3 is going to be like?
I think the director Denis, the French guy Denis Villeneuve, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I think he said that he's not going to direct the third one.
What?
I think I saw a headline, and I didn't read that.
He did the first one and the second one.
Yes,
and he's not going to do the third one.
I think he's saying he wants somebody else to do it, or he wants to give the reins up.
Haven't they learned?
Hasn't
Hollywood learned?
I hear you 100%. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread it or saw something that was false. But he should direct the third one.
Yeah. So I would say Dune 2 is better than Dune 1. I like this one more.
Dune 1 felt like a setup.
It was very slow.
It was just like a setting up for the sequel. Yeah, whereas this was kind of a full film.
This one had more action, more philosophy, I guess. This was religious heavy. It was a little religious.
The whole prophecy,
heavy.
Messiah kind of thing,
coming back, rising from the dead, all that stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean, they end the movie in spoiler word like, you just begun the holy war,
right.
And then it's like ba-da-na. So
right.
I don't know. I wanted there to be some type of better throwback to the main guy.
The main guy
like
being
his father.
oh,
I wanted there to be
Oscar
a
Isaac?
I like Oscar Isaac.
I do.
wanted there
He's
to
very
be
cool,
I wanted
yeah.
there to be a line that he said before his son was like, and then like he can remember,
Maybe there was.
and then have it be like, I totally
Remember he like
understand.
killed the Baron who killed his father.
Yeah, but they should have did a flashback real quick to it. But
that
like
might be cheesy.
But like there should have been some type of setup line that maybe he didn't truly understand until he grew older and then got power. You know what I mean?
Now you're trying to write the movie.
Yeah, I know, but it would have been a cool like I understand what my father
What would
meant.
get this movie to like an 8 or a 9 for you?
More guns.
More guns?
More
So that's
guns.
a real big hang up for you, huh?
More futuristic guns. The ones that were
I
on
think
screen.
the cool little kind of thing was cool.
The
I thought,
snipers,
yeah.
the lasers, like the
I would just say it's cool,
More
like
guns.
knife fights, but
Yeah.
just explain it somehow. Like, you know,
yeah,
do a little
run out of
writing.
ammo and then pull out a
Or
knife.
say like, oh, the atmosphere doesn't allow projectile. You know,
Something,
You know, just so you can be like, oh, that's why.
or
they're not
like
using
when they're
guns in the
inside
future.
when they're inside the ship or something. I don't know. I mean,
it's just something to rationalize
Yeah.
why they're using old fashioned knives in
Yeah.
the freaking 40,000th century.
I mean, it's like the year 10,000.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh man, but yeah, more guns. Some more of those dragonfly helicopters.
Those are cool. That's a neat thing, yeah.
Have a little bit of an air battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me some Avatar mixed with Dune. Give me a dogfight with some futuristic weapons. Give me
Sure.
just 10 minutes of that.
You want some more action? I got you.
I want some pod blown out of a ship and then you land onto another ship. Like I want that.
You want some crazy
They're
action.
still
I know.
playing in the sand,
I
literally.
feel like there was good action in the film. I felt like I got enough action.
I got enough action too.
I was just more about the human drama was like, and also the physicality of Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya.
Yeah.
Just all that stuff.
Yeah. That's why it gets an 7.5 though.
7.5.
That's why
I gave it a 7.
Yeah.
There was one more point.
We got to do rewatchability.
Rewatchability. Go ahead.
Rewatchability, I would see this one more time with a person at the movie theater.
We say that all the time, don't we?
And then we
It
never
has to be
do.
a new person.
It has to be a
Yeah.
new person.
Yeah.
1 to 10, I would give this a 6 because I would see it again in the movie theater with one other person, and I'd probably watch it on Netflix once.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm saying 6. 6 sounds right to me. 6 sounds right to me. It's not it's a very long movie.
Super long.
You know, but an enjoyable film, but
22 minutes.
we are 22 minutes
Going
okay.
on.
I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. So we're talking about action, blah 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 blah.
We're
blah,
doing
blah.
rewatchability.
Rewatchability. What was it? We got Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Talked about the mom. There was his baby sister who's not born yet.
yeah.
And they kept showing pictures of
The
the fetus and all of that.
talking.
And then he
Mother.
has a vision of his sister and
Being
it's played
alive.
It's played
Yeah.
by that actress.
She's gonna
Ann
be
Taylor or something.
She's gonna be
Furiosa.
in. She's gonna be
yeah.
in. What's that?
Furiosa.
Yeah, I get it. But what's the saga?
Mad
The
Max.
Mad Max.
Mad
She's gonna
Max
be in it.
Furiosa. Yeah.
I don't like her.
You don't like her as an actress.
I don't like her.
Why is that?
I've seen a few of her movies and
I'm kind of indifferent,
I didn't
you
really
know.
like her. I don't really sense charisma from her.
Wow.
I sense like I'm here to do a job, and
Wow.
she gives her performances are very stale faced, dull emotion.
Gosh. Wow.
Yeah, like the way I
Ann Joy Taylor.
Hold
Ann
on.
Taylor Joy.
the
Whatever her
way
name is. Yeah.
Well, we're totally getting off the topic.
This
of
is
the
way
movie.
off track,
But
yeah.
like the way Zendaya can express her emotions through just the way her face is,
Yeah.
she can't do that.
Wow. You really think so?
I don't think she can.
I can't really say anything about it because I've not really watched her movies.
I'm saying
I've seen a couple movies where she was in, but it was not remarkable to me. So
I'm saying Zendaya is probably a better actress. I'm gonna say if I had to pick.
here's a question.
Okay.
So Florence Pugh, who is the blonde, daughter of the emperor,
Yeah.
versus Zendaya, who's hotter. Who should Paula choose? Just on pure hotness. Pure hotness.
Zendaya. I never really liked Lawrence Pugh.
I agree.
But
Zendaya,
also just the whole.
Although it is a little creepy how young Zendaya
the love
looks.
story. But it's more or less like stick with your girl. You've been through war. You know what I mean? Like that whole.
I'm assuming
There's going to be
together.
There's
in the
going to
third
be
one, but I don't know.
There's going to be an arranged marriage that totally you know, an emperor's daughter, an ex-emperor's daughter, and now
Right.
with the new emperor, you know what I mean? He's basically the new emperor, and it's going to be a power grab, and it's going to be some weird. She's going to try to manipulate him to do.
It's gonna be all kinds of shenanigans.
And he's going to be like, you don't know the truth, and then this, that, and then it's going to be like, it's just going to be wild. But yeah, I don't know.
For a second, I thought Austin Butler was going to attack Zendaya, like, and he's like, "Is this your pet?" And,
That would have been interesting because he was just
for a second. I had the thought, like, is he going to kill Zendaya?
because he was just killing all his.
And I mean,
servants.
yeah, it's like, Paul, you better get over there quick before he kills your girl, man.
Yeah,
And I, was like,
I thought
damn.
that
like, he was
too.
like kind of taking too long.
That would have been a crazy twist.
That would have been messed
if
up.
they would have killed Zendaya
Yeah.
while she was watching the fight, and because he remember the guy Josh Brolin pulled him aside and said, "Let me do this."
I know.
And he was like, "Nah, I gotta do this." And then because of that, like, you know what I mean, he would have been like, "You waited too long." Like, it could have came back to that. Like, I trained you not to hesitate, and then you're trying to give, and then the whole
So
thing.
you're writing again. You're writing.
I know. But like the whole thing where Christopher Walken, and he's like, you know, your father thinks with his heart he was a weak man.
Your father.
Your father. But yeah, like it would have been that moment, like because you think with your heart, your girl got killed,
Yeah.
and then that could have been way like we could have bought the marriage into the third one. You see what I'm saying? I would.
It's going to be in the third one. The marriage is going to be there, and it's going to be the whole tension with Zendaya, and you know,
Yeah,
so obviously she was the final shot of the movie. Was her on the worm? So
but if Zendaya would have gotten stabbed or murdered in that scene, I would have been like, okay, that's it for her character. Good way to end it. And now it's like, what is he going to do moving forward? Because he's just going to be depressed. Clearly, you know what I mean? And then it's going to be like, I don't even want to be, you're not the woman I'm supposed to be with, this, that, and the other. I'm supposed to be with her. But, you know, but
here's a question real quick. I know we're way over time, but
they're probably not going to let us.
that's like,
upload this.
I'm sure in the book, that they like, she lives in the third one or whatever, doesn't get attacked. Like, what is it like if the director and the writer said, no, we're going to go against the book and totally change it where she gets killed? Would the fans go ape crap and
I don't know.
Would you lose it, or would they be like appreciate the dramatic choice there?
What I'm saying right now, you would only be able to truly understand if like you've seen it. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to see it, watch this, get the mark 25 minutes into which you know you probably won't, and then you got to be like, oh yeah, I see his point. They could have totally done that,
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know. I just think leaving sometimes ending a character in a movie that you don't think will get ended is the perfect way to
look. It would be like, whoa,
exactly.
It would be a huge moment. Yeah,
it would have given some. I didn't see that coming.
A lot of heft.
Yeah. So, but you know, it didn't happen. I think that takes away a point for missed opportunity. So
I see your point.
So Christopher Walken, bad cast.
Bad casting.
Point down.
He gets props for turning down his annoying, affectation.
I would have rather have seen that.
You wanted to be like really full on, full out Christopher Walken?
Oh, dude, yes, Christopher Walken was dooning it out.
Let's make this whole movie a joke now with Christopher Walken.
I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
It'd have been funny.
I'd have been like hard because I was like when they gave.
I'd have been cracking up.
So when he had his chance to speak, I was expecting he was going to steal the scene and be like, "Damn, that's why Christopher Walken's Christopher Walken." And then he would. Oh, he said there. That's what the director was probably just like, not that many lines.
It's like, I hired you, but remember the understanding was like you're going to take it down a lot of notches.
Just say your father was a weak man.
And say it like a human being says, not like Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I thought he was about to go and be like, I'm the emperor because you ain't got the gall to be.
I'm the emperor because...
All right, this camera's going to die soon.
Okay.
Let's wrap this up.
7.5, 7.
Rewatchability, 6.
6, bam, bam. Good movie.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Dune 2, go see it. Mm-hmm. It deserves your purchase of one-time ticket.
One time.
But if it dies, it dies. We tried to see it in Dolby, and it was pretty loud in the regular movie theater.
It was.
Now, I can only imagine if it was that volume, but with Dolby,
it would have about having a loud movie.
It would have bumped my.
You think?
It would have bumped my 7.5.
I thought the sound was great in that.
It probably would have bumped it to an 8.
Really?
I think it would have affected my overall enjoyment.
Wow. Well, I'm not sure what to say to that.
That's that. We did get 2 free movie vouchers, though.
That was good. That was good. Yeah. There was an issue with Dolby. Sorry.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No big deal. Dolby dropping the ball with your projectors. Get a tech in
Should
there.
we say which theater it was?
No,
Probably
no,
not.
no.
Yeah.
Just no.
It was a projecting issue.
Well, also,
whatever. They were cool about it.
Also,
cool.
the app was kind of wonky today too, but we're not going to say.
We're not going to talk about that.
Not,
yeah.
You know, if you know, you know.
Someone had to be escorted out of the theater. That was funny. You know.
Yeah. There's
it reeked of
a lot of fun times.
A lot of fun stuff going on.
I think that guy fell asleep.
He must have fell asleep.
I think he was from the prior movie, and he was just
I wonder
asleep.
what the movie was.
He was probably just asleep. Dune 2. Probably.
He was Dune 2. Yeah, put him out.
He slept through it.
Put him out.
All right, guys. Comment down below what you guys think Dune 3 is going to be like. Who do you think was the standout actor or actress? And tell us what you think. Comment down below. That's all. See ya.